Hello, I hope you are doing well. In this problem, we are asked to simplify this expression. So the expression is 2x minus 2 over 6x squared minus x minus 12 divided by x minus 1 all over 2x minus 3. So we'll start simple. The easiest expression to simplify here is this numerator of 2x minus 2. So we know that for 2x minus 2, we can take out the 2 so that we remain with x minus 1. So that's out of the way. So it means this first part becomes 2x minus 1 all over 6x squared minus x minus 12. But then what about this part including the division? Anytime you are given something like a divided by x over y, this is the same thing as a times y over x. So in our case, the division will change to multiplication, and then we are going to have 2x minus 3 over x minus 1. Okay, the next big thing we need to simplify is this denominator right here. So to simplify this, we are going to use completing the square method of solving quadratic equations. So what we have here is 6x squared minus x minus 12. To complete the square, the first thing we need to ensure is that this coefficient of x squared is 1. So in our case, we are going to factor out the 6. So meaning it's like dividing every term in this expression by 6. So this is going to be x squared minus, since we are dividing by 6, so 1 out of 6x minus 12 out of 6. So 12 divided by 6, that's going to be 2. And then we are now ready to complete the square. So remember, a quadratic equation is always in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. To complete the square, what we need to do to the equation is add and subtract the term b out of 2 squared. So b is this term here. In our case, b is negative 1 out of 6. So this becomes 6. Then we are going to use a big bracket there. So this becomes x squared, then minus 1 out of 6x. Then I said to complete the square, we add and subtract this term. So we are going to add our b, negative 1 out of 6, then times half, since you know b over 2. We are going to have that squared. So we've done the addition. Then we drop this 2, so minus 2. And then, so after doing the addition, now we do the subtraction. So minus the same term, so negative 1 out of 6 times half squared, and then we close our bracket. So you see, at the end of the day, it's not like the equation has changed, since here we have added and then we have subtracted the same term. But let's see what has changed. So let's simplify this a bit. So this becomes x squared minus 1 out of 6x, and then any negative term squared will be a positive term. So we don't care about the negative here. We are just going to do plus 1 out of 12 squared minus 2 minus the same thing, 1 out of 12 squared. And then we close the bracket. So, what has changed is that this first expression now, it's a complete square. That means this is literally the same thing as doing x minus 1 out of 12 squared. So that whole thing collapses to that. And then on this side, we will have 2 minus 1 out of 12 squared. That's the same as 1 out of 144. Then we close the bracket. We drop the 6. So now let's expand this. So this is the same as, the LCM is 2. So this is the same as x over 1. 12 divided by 1, 12 times x. That's going to be 12x minus 12 divided by 12, 1 times 1. That's going to be 1 squared. And then minus, let's actually do plus, so that the LCM for the second term is going to be 144. 144 divided by 144, then times -2. That's going to give you -288. And then minus 144 divided by 144, that's 1 times 1, it's still 1. Then we close the brackets. So we still have our 6. And then this is the same thing as 6. And we have 12x minus 1 over 12 squared. Then minus, so -288 minus 1, that becomes 289 over 144. Okay, so obviously 289 is the same as 17 squared, and then 144 is the same as 12 squared. So this expression here is the same as 17 out of 12, and both are squared. But then remember, anytime you have an expression like a squared over b squared, this is the same as taking a over b and then all of that squared. So this means that the 17 squared over 12 squared is the same as 17 over 12, all of that squared. So let's come back here. This expression now becomes 12x minus 1 over 12 squared minus 17 over 12 squared, and then we close the bracket. Okay, so far so good. Now another thing you need to remember is, anytime you are given an expression in the form of a squared minus b squared, this is the same as a plus b, a minus b. So in our case, the a term is this and the b term is this one. So this is like the whole expression a squared minus the whole expression b squared. So using this, it means our expression is now going to be the first term a, 12x minus 1 over 12, then plus the second term, the b1, which is 17 over 12, and then times, we are going to have the first term 12x minus 1 over 12 minus the b term, which is 17 over 12. And then of course we still have the 6. So this first one, the LCM is 12. 12 divided by 12, I mean, that's just going to be 12x minus 1 and then plus 17. We still have the 6 here. And then the second one, still the denominator is still 12, and then this is 12x minus 1 minus 17. Okay, so this is the same as 6, and then we have 12x minus 1 plus 17 gives you plus 16 over 12. And then for the second one, we'll have 12x minus 1 minus 17 gives you minus 18 over 12. And you see, in this first one, we can factor out by 4. So this is the same as 6 times, so we factor out a 4, and then we remain with 3x plus 4 over the 12. then times, on this second one, we can factor out by 6. So this is the same as 6. Then this becomes 2x minus 3. Then still over 12, right? So now you see, this is the same thing as saying 6 times this 4 times this other 6, and then of course we have times 3x plus 4, and then 2x minus 3, and all of this is over 12 times 12, right? So let's cancel out the numerics. So by 6 I get 1, by 6 here I'll get 2, right? Then again by 6 here I get 1, by 6 here I'll get 2. Then by 2 here I'll get 1, by 2 here I'll get 2. Then by 2 here I get 1, and by 2 here I get 1. So the numeric terms all cancel out each other, and at the end of the day we are only left with 3x plus 4, 2x minus 3. So that is the simplification of the quadratic equation. So where were we? So so we are going to have 2x minus 1 over the simplification. So we come back here. So we are saying we have 2x minus 1 all over this simplification, which is 3x plus 4, 2x minus 3, and then times, the other side was 2x minus 3 over x minus 1. 2x minus 3 over x minus 1. So this x minus 1 term goes out with this other one, and then this 2x minus 3 cancels out this other one, and at the end of the day we are left with 2 over 3x plus 4, and that is the simplification. That's the answer.